So we begin our journey today in Hall 9, and I'm at the stall of RamaKrishna Electro Components Limited, and I'm with Shivang Luthra.
Hi.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet
He's
you.
the managing director of the company. Shivang, tell me, let's start by just you telling me a little bit about your company and what it is that you do.
So we are a semiconductor distribution company, starting from a trading platform 42 years back in 1982.
Yeah.
We've transformed ourselves from a semiconductor distribution company to a design company where we design products, especially into power conversion, motor control areas. And then we distribute products all over India and ASEAN.
Okay. Now, this is something fascinating to me as a layperson, and I'm sure a lot of people who do watch. What I'm fascinated by is the fact that a number of companies, you obviously are now getting into design and
Yes.
stuff like that, but it is such a specific niche area that your products go into. Do you ever feel a sense of we don't actually get the credit we deserve because the work that you guys do impacts everybody else's lives, including the products that we see and touch on a daily basis?
Indeed, it is. If you ask me, so I'm a very late entrant into the industry. I came into the industry about 2017.
Okay.
So for the first 3 years, whoever I used to meet who didn't know about semiconductors, I used to tell them that I'm into semiconductors distribution. So they never knew or they never understood what the business was.
Right.
So I used to tell them that every day there are multiple products that you're using in your day-to-day life. That is where I sell the products to. So it was hard for me to tell them, but after the COVID hit, it was in the news, everyone got the know-how, what semiconductor is. So now I think it's coming in,
Yeah.
but I think it needs to be well-read and it needs to be well-told to the layman that there
Right.
is.
So this is obviously a great platform for you to do that.
Yes.
But of course, a lot of your visitors over here are either clients or business partners, and visitors who have a stake in this business,
Yeah.
the electronics business. But how is it that you use exhibitions to promote or to build it out? How important are exhibitions to you? How many exhibitions do you do a year? Let's start with that.
So we do once every year, that's in Electronica, India.
Okay.
We participated in Munich every 2 years. And then there are small exhibitions that are related to the upcoming technologies related to EV or Mobile World Congress or something like that.
Okay.
But we make sure that Electronica has been an essential part of us for, let's say, last 10 to 15 years.
So we're privileged, and thank you for that, because I mean, 10 to 15 years,
Yes.
that's a long time.
And second part,
Yeah.
that how important it is.
Yes.
We've seen that COVID has come in.
Yes.
It's gone out. Luckily, we're very fortunate enough. But you see that the number of visitors started coming again. It's a boom. It's the maximum number of visitors. So definitely the need is there. And it is a platform that everyone connects with.
Right.
So it's much more needed in that
Yes,
sense.
okay. So now we all know that the Indian government is making this major push into making India a hub for semiconductor design and manufacturing. How long do you think it will be before we actually see any real evidence of our products and our industry being built?
So the manufacturing of Indian semiconductor has always been there.
Really? Now, this is something I never knew. I always thought that everything came from Taiwan, or Taiwan being the hub for,
Yes. No,
for
the
this.
small components,
Yeah.
which are not used in mainstream components. So there are 2 to 3 companies in India who are actually manufacturing in India. But now with the new push that is coming into the ecosystem, we see now that the big players are coming in, investing a lot of money on the tier A products, whether it is related to the microcontrollers, MOSFETs, or memories per se. So I think this is something that is very exciting.
Yeah.
We are very excited about the new India era that is coming for semiconductor. I think it will be something that we always have been talking for the last 10 years.
Right.
That there'll be a really good demand, there'll be a really good push. But I think now we are experiencing it.
Okay.
So it's the leap changing time.
Okay. So for you, do you have factories? Do you have manufacturing plants, assembly plants? How has the business model evolved for RamaKrishna?
So, as I stated that 42 years back, we started from a small shop, which was about 10 square yards in Old Delhi, Lajpatara market.
You have to start somewhere.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I'm fortunate enough that my father had the right wisdom, he had the right know-how as to how to grow it day by day. We are at a stage where we are doing about 140, 150 million dollars today, but we have a plan to double it in the next 3 years as well. And we see that market coming in, pushing us to do it because the demand that is coming in, it's tremendous. And new business possibilities thriving in from here, there. So we are very excited and we think that it's definitely doable.
So, of your turnover of approximately $150 million, what percentage would you say is domestic versus international?
Right now, most of the semiconductors are being imported.
Right.
But now, with a lot of companies coming in, we see that in the next 2 to 3 years, there will be a change that will be coming in from there.
And of course, the new big thing that's happening is artificial intelligence. Which does that impact? Is it something that you guys are planning to, or have already made your presence felt in?
Oh yes, artificial intelligence. So I think there's a lot of new technologies that we are investing upon. So whether related to AI, virtual reality, augmented reality, these are the new spaces that everyone is putting their money upon.
Right.
With cryptocurrency mining, if you see a lot of new technologies coming in, a lot of new semiconductors that are being demanded, AMD, everyone, the demand has grown tremendously for that as well. So we see that in this new technologies era, the demand is changing, and with the technology change, even the distributor or the principal, they are also changing by months now.
Okay.
So I think it will be a great time to be in this space.
So let's come back to the exhibition,
Yes.
Electronica India. Now, you've been here, as you said, for the last 10 years, or 10 to 15 years. What has been the biggest change, and how has it really helped you to engage with clients and obviously future business?
I think we have seen how electronica has been changing over years and years. I think now it's just not an Indian exhibition anymore.
Right.
It's become a global exhibition where it's being promoted globally, and we see a lot of global customers also coming into it, asking us as to what is the value addition as a local customer we can do for them.
Right. Yeah.
So definitely that's the outreach that electronica is creating for us, and we see that this outreach that electronica India is creating a platform for us that we've never experienced it before. It's much better for us in terms of social media marketing. People say social media marketing is good, but I think as of today, electronica is one of the best events that we have entirely.
Yeah. Well, I can see it because your wonderful stall here is really quite jam-packed. Thank you for your time talking to us. But if there was something that you had to say is, can you pinpoint like the future of the business that you're in is going to be in a particular direction? What would that be?
I am a big supporter for power. So I think power in India will be a big thriving force for the next 10 to 15 years.
Right.
And I think power is something that everyone needs in their household. So I
Of
think,
course, of course. Otherwise, your products can't run. can it?
Exactly. So I think power is something that we are betting very big upon.
Right. Okay.
EV, infrastructures, solar, both government is pushing very hard.
Right.
There is nothing that we can say won't be good for next 5 to 10 years.
So when it comes to the initiatives that the government are putting in to help this industry, how is it actually materially affecting you or benefiting you even?
So there are multiple ways to look at it. So for example, if the government is coming out to be with if they're coming out with a new tender, let's say, or a new specification, we try to change the product according to their specification,
Right.
which brings out the result that is needed by the market.
Okay.
So we try to be one step ahead as soon as the norms are out. According to the norms that are set by the government, we bring in the product.
Right.
So we are very much on track with that.
Do you find, as you know, we always hear that bureaucracy really runs too much red tape, too much bureaucracy when dealing at that level?
Yes.
How's the experience been for you?
So for us as semiconductor distributors, we are not the ones directly dealing with the bureaucracy. Our customers are. But I think things have become much better as compared to the last years.
Right.
We've seen a positive shift coming into that Indian space, and the decision taking has become much better and much faster. So I think it's much positive for everyone.
So on if one had to pinpoint, if I had to ask you, can you name one area where you would like to see something change which you would like to bring into effect as soon as possible, what would that be?
That'll be designing in India. I think we really need to design in India
Yeah.
so that the semiconductor ecosystem can really boom, because then the development will happen in India and the
Right.
production will happen in India.
So is it because we don't have the infrastructure in education which makes that a problem, or what do you see as the block right now?
I think education for semiconductor knowledge is still missing.
Okay.
That needs to be something that needs to be worked upon. I heard that there are some universities who are particularly coming up with some college programs.
Right.
So I think that's the kind of a change we need.
Okay.
So probably in the next 2-3 years, you never know, there might be a semiconductor university that will come up.
Yeah. And of course, the other big thing is, being eco-friendly and sustainability is
Yes.
big across all industries across the globe.
Yes, definitely.
How does that feature in whatever initiatives that RamaKrishna tries to develop?
We are trying to go green, if you see.
Yeah.
We are putting it.
Yes.
So we're trying to go all green this year. Our
Yeah.
idea was to bring in sustainability as one of the motto.
Right.
We try to minimize the waste. The idea is in the next 10 years to go carbon neutral. That's the idea we have for our company.
Right.
So we're trying to make sure we move positive in that sense and try to be responsible for the environment that we are in.
Yeah. So obviously that involves in your design practices, manufacturing practices, everything. So it's 360 degrees across the board, vertical as well as horizontal.
Yes,
Right?
that's the
Okay.
idea. That's
Well,
the idea.
Shivang, lovely to have met you. Thank you so much for your time. I think it's been really informative for me, and I wish you all the best. And I know it's only day one,
Yes.
but I know that things are going well. Do you think things have started well for you?
It's been great,
Yeah.
and it's one of the best years.
Lovely, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.